on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
Good evening. It's Friday, 9th February 2024. Peace is the path to the prosperity of a nation. Let peace reign. On the news this evening, lawyer warns of caretaker committees if Rivers local government elections delay past June. Political parties differ on IPAC leadership in Rivers State. CBN governor calls for moderate demands for forex. Federal government commits to open communication with Labour. On the foreign scene, Israel denies threatening South African minister. I am Constance Mega with the news. It's still not clear if local government elections will be held in Rivers State next month. Well, this is as the political crisis in the state lingers. A lawyer, Chioma Choko, says it will be a breach of the constitution if the tenures of the current local government chairman in the state are extended. In an interview with our correspondent, Mr. Choko also wondered why the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission, RISEC, has not been properly constituted.
The local government is a creation of law. The administration of the local government is also at the same time, by virtue of the act creating it, the council chairman as it were cannot for any reason ask for elongation of them. That automatically will result to constitutional crisis. Some of us are also asking the question regarding or respecting the reasons for which the office of the reset has appeared to be moribund. So some of us are even confused as to whether or not elections will be conducted.
Well, Mr. Choko said if local government elections are not conducted before June, the heads of personnel, management or caretaker committee chairman may take over the affairs of the 23 local government councils.
The local government cannot exist in vacuum. There must be leadership. Of course, administratively, we have the HPM, which is the head of personnel management. If at the expiration of the local government tenure, and then there is no election that has been conducted by this reset, the HPM can come in to oversee the activities of the local government council, or alternatively, the governor of Rivers State still has the constitutional power to appoint the caretaker chairman.
Meanwhile, the special advisor to the Rivers State Governor, Darlington Orji, says there is still time to conduct the local government council elections. Mr. Orji, while speaking on Nigeria Info FM's Morning Crossfire, said the National Assembly's approval is needed before local council elections can be conducted.
That it needs the approval of the National Assembly, because once they pass it, take it around, the 23rd passes it, they will take it back to National Assembly for official approval, then proceed to the assent of the president, then it will become a law. Or Rivers State election can compel the governor and how to conduct election. They have a time is still running. Why are people worried? Are they quick in sacking them from the office?
In the meantime, the party advisory council in Rest continued. State chairman of Zenith Party, Ben Obobula, recognizing the state's PDP chairman, Obobula, tells correspondent Bureau that the other factions are parading themselves without the backing of the National Council.
He was the legal advisor of the IPAC when Akawu was the IPAC chairman in Rivers State, and something happened along the line. The national of IPAC dissolved IPAC in Rivers State because of their gross misconduct. They appointed a 7-man committee to oversee the IPAC in Rivers State, pending when election will be held. We are working in line with the appointment that the national gives to us to uphold the principles of IPAC in Rivers State, pending when we are supposed to have an election. And this is supposed to be today, but it has been postponed to March. Saru remains the chairman of IPAC in Rivers State.
But the chairman of the new Nigeria People's Party, NNPP, Richard Harry, disagrees. He urged those claiming to be leaders of IPAC to prove their authenticity.
In IPAC for now, there is no leadership crisis. If he's finding himself as a leader of IPAC, who gave him those powers? Or is he trying to curry favor from the government of the day? You know that the current leader of IPAC is led by the PDP chairman. If he says he's a national leadership, he should show the letters that parading himself as the leader of the IPAC in Rivers State. Everybody knows the constitution of IPAC. If he says he has an interim base is 6 months. He actually was given a letter, 10 or 2 as a last. But he's not recognized. We don't know him as IPAC leader in Rivers State.
As you may know, the PDP chairman and SDP chairman are both laying claim to the chairmanship position of IPAC. In another development, the Rivers State Commissioner for Energy and Natural Resources, Uche Maximus Nwafo, has condemned the non-payment of political appointees perceived to be loyalists of Governor Fubara by the Omoma Council chairman. Well, the commissioner said this in an interview with our correspondent.
It is quite unfortunate that the chairman of Omua local government in Rivers State, Chisom Christian, will have stopped paying political appointees and civil servants in the local government, whom he believes are supporters of Siminala Ifubara, or governor of Rivers State. Meanwhile, the governor of Rivers State still pays political appointees and civil servants who have pledged their allegiance to somewhere else. It is quite unfortunate and is an act of greed and wickedness and is condemnable, but I wish him well after office in June, where he will face his people.
Moving on, Rivers State Governor Siminala Ifubara has assured of a safe climate for businesses to thrive in the state. Governor Ifubara gave the assurance when he met the Vice Consul General of Germany to Nigeria, Jochen Schindelars, and the business delegation of German Chamber of Industry and Commerce at the Government House in Port Harcourt today, where Mr. Schindelars briefed journalists after the closed-door meeting.
He said that the investments here in Rivers State are safe and protected. This was the main point, the most important thing I think that a governor can do for us, because when the investments are not protected and safe, then there won't be any investments. You will motivate German companies to invest here.
Away from that, some Port Harcourt residents have attempted to recite the pledge after President Bola Tinubu directed that it should be recited after the national anthem at every official and public engagement. Well, some of them struggled to remember the entire pledge, while others managed to recite it. Take a listen.
I pledge to Nigeria, my country, to be faithful, loyal, and honest, to serve Nigeria with all my strength, to uphold all glory and honor. Okay, I'm done.
My country, where I am selling meat, honest, truth. I give you one kind leg, royal and the unity.
I pledge Nigeria, my country, now our country now, to be faithful, loyal, and honest, but to serve Nigeria, you get a CP.
I pledge to Nigeria, my country, to be faithful, loyal, and honest, to serve Nigeria with all my strength. Don't forget the remaining one.
Pledge to Nigeria, my country, to be faithful, loyal, and honest, to serve Nigeria with all my strength, to defend her unity and uphold her honor and glory. So help me God.
Still to come, federal government commits to open communication with Labour. Stay tuned. Welcome back now to the rest of the news. Some residents of Port Harcourt are urging the organised labour not to allow anything to stop their proposed strike. As you may know, the organised labour yesterday issued a 14-day ultimatum to the federal government due to its failure to implement the 16-point agreement reached in October last year. Well, some residents spoke to our correspondent.
Me, I go like make them go strike because things where they happen are too much. Transport problem, everything just they add every day. I support make them go the strike.
What is actually going on in the market is affecting everybody.
Federal government have a very big role to play because of how economy is rushing to. When I went out to buy gas 1 kg, I bought it as 1,600 now. It is above going on strike. The federal government have to do something about it because people are dying every day on hunger.
See the protests in Niger, see the protests in Kano. People are agitated, people are very, very angry about the situation in this country.
We don't see anything come out of labor anymore.
Well, the federal government has, however, assured the organised labour that it is committed to maintaining open and constructive communication with them. The Minister of State for Labour and Employment, Nkiruka Onyeji-Ocha, while briefing newsmen today, said the government has shown good faith in the implementation of the Memorandum of Understanding it's reached with workers. In another development, the governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Olayemi Kadoso, says the measures taken so far by the Apex Bank to stabilize foreign exchange rates have started yielding positive results. Mr. Kadoso said this during a briefing of the Joint Senate Committee on Finance, Banking, Insurance and Financial Institutions today. And in other news, ahead of the 2024 Africa Cup of Nations final between Nigeria and Ivory Coast this Sunday, an associate professor in sports medicine at the University of Port Harcourt, Ogunleye Victor, has advised spectators to view the game as a recreational activity. But Dr. Victor, in an interview with our correspondent, urged those with health challenges to prioritize their health and refrain from watching the match on Sunday.
Once you are psychologically tense, it's going to affect your health status. It's going to imbibe certain hormonal content from the normal to abnormal stage in life, and that can trigger one's body structure. So if one is hypertensive, it can trigger hypertension. So it is better for one to be trained to look at the game as a play activities, not putting so much pressure or so much interest in the game. Anxiety will trigger the hormones, and when the hormones are triggered, the body cannot control it.
We'll recall that at least 4 people died while watching the Super Eagles AFCON semi-final match against South Africa on Wednesday. On the international scene, Israel has angrily denied claims that it has threatened the safety of a South African minister, while Israel in return accused the minister of serving as the legal arm of Hamas. And that's the news, but before we go, let's take a look at the highlights. A lawyer has warned of caretaker committees if the Rivers State local government elections delay past June. And 2 political parties have deferred on IPAC leadership in Rivers State. The federal government says it is committed to open communication with the organised labour. On the foreign scene, Israel has denied threatening a South African minister. The news was edited by Martha Okerenkem. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808 721 7215. I'm Constance Mega. Thank you for listening.